And as he looked at his amazing harvest, he didn't see the blessing of God. His focus was on his own effort. Look what I've done. And he's the perfect example of greed because he has much and he wants to get more. Think about it. God gave him the strength. God gave him the knowledge. God gave him the understanding and the ability to grow his business. God provided him the land for his crops. He provided him the sunshine and the rain for the crops to grow. But this guy never even so much as mentions God in all of his proud words. And that's what greed does. Greed causes you to give credit to the wrong person. And that's typically you. So when the temptation comes to think that it's been your hard work that's gotten your success, you better start praising God. But the problem is that his plans don't acknowledge God. There's nothing in those plans on how to use what he's been blessed with to minister to other people. And what God says to all of us, everything you have in your life, he is the owner of it. He has given it to you to be a steward or to be a manager of it. See, there's a difference between ownership and stewardship. We're the manager of it, and God shows up in our life and he goes, let me see how you're managing what I've given you. Because if you're only about building bigger barns, you're not managing like I want you to, because the most important thing that I've ever created are people. And so I want you to manage what I've given you to be a blessing to other people and to bring honor to the kingdom. He's only focused on his earthly comfort. I mean, come on, he's got it made for years to come. His retirement nest egg was large and it was in charge. So let's take it easy. Let's focus on your enjoyment. You know, this is one of the few passages that maybe we could say even deals with retirement. Right? I mean, I've got it easy. My nest egg is great. It's in charge, and I'm just going to take it easy and think about myself. God says, no, that's not why I've given it to you. That's not the purpose or the plan going forward. But as we make our plans, whether that's in business, whether that's in our relationships, whether that's in our personal lives, we are to do that from the belief that ultimately God is in control. He holds tomorrow in his hands. We have no idea. So in other words, we need to plan with a humble heart where God is our priority. You see, fools leave God out of their lives. And greed is the logical result of the belief that there is no life after death. Again, we would never say that, but yet we would live our lives that way. But you see, something happened that this rich man never expected. God had an appointment set up with him. That appointment was called death. God called him to give an account at a moment that he least expected it, because his greed had blinded his eyes to the reality of death. You see, when the barns are full and everything is going our way, we never know when we're one breath away from eternity. We could be at home brushing our teeth. We could be out having dinner with our family. We could be out driving our car. And then before we know it, we're gone. And the barns suddenly don't matter anymore. And our biggest concern then is not what we left behind, but it's what lays ahead, our eternity. The rich towards God are those who use what God has given them to bless the Lord and to bless others. Barns are great, but people are greater still. You see, this man could have blessed so many people. Again, I've said this throughout the message. There's nothing wrong with saving or achieving under God's direction. But God is always against us hoarding for our own personal gain. So I ask you this morning, what about you? Are you barn building or are you kingdom building? You see, you're going to have to let loose of everything someday. Why not today? Why not hold everything you have with open hands and say, God, this is all yours. It's from you, belongs to you. I want to use it for you. And then let God begin to guide you so that you can begin to see the fruit of your labor. way before you have to say goodbye.